Hey guys, JetSparks here. Well, I'm back from the air show and it was fun. I know you saw some of my stories on Instagram or Facebook if you're using either or, and on Twitter as well. And I did take a lot of shots though, and I'll show you some of them. In fact, let me just pull a few up. Let me just pull it up right now. Yeah, this is just all from Google because I'm glad they backed up all the stuff. There's no audio also, so I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. Yeah, right there, that's fine. That's the Blue Angel C117 Hercules, affectionately titled Fat Albert. Just seeing it fly off there in the distance. I'm not sure if you can really see that or not. That was really fun. You saw other cool stuff like, let me see if I can, wait, no, it's not what I wanted. There is the flight of F-22 Raptor. I know my camera skills are not very good. After burning everything all together. That was some of the stuff you got to see. So there you go with some of those. Yeah, some of these are labeled. From like 2 days ago. I only could afford to go to the one on Saturday. So there you go with that. Hey, Killzone. Like I said, though, you already saw the title of this stream. So not only that, am I sharing what I showed off at what I did, showing what I saw at the air show, but I'm also give you some real talk to anyone else who's watching. Thing, yeah, that was a. There's an F-18 Hornet just sitting on the ground there. Is trying to find something else that was at the air show. Okay, yeah, here we go. Here are just some of the photos. These were from the Blue Angels' final performance of the show. They were the piece de resistance of the show itself. Even though I got a high res camera, but zooming in, it still looks kind of, well, blurry. These are just some of the shots I picked. But it's always fun to go see these guys. It's always fun to really see these guys in action. It's just an amazing celebration of aviation as a whole. Before they took off. And there's Fat Albert there Blue Angels C1 Hercules. And of course, this glorious man right here, his fist up in the air, is Michael Gulyev. He's performed at multiple air shows all over the country, just like the Blue Angels themselves. And here, let me go all the way back. That there is the Heritage flight from the earlier years of aviation up to now with the with the 5th generation F-35 Lightnings. I think these are the Lightning C's, which are the variants that are used by the Navy and Marine Corps. And I think it's capable for vertical takeoff and landing, but I forget which variant, but I know I think that's supposed to be what the standard for air travel is supposed to be, or the standard for what 5th gen tech is supposed to be. There's a lot, and these are the SOCOM parachuters. They were the opening ceremony for the for this, and also there's even something really cool. They had a little flight experience for Top Gun Maverick. You actually can put a helmet on. It was like $10 to do that, but I didn't want to waste my money. It was just nice to get a photo of that, just at least. And also, someone put a mock dummy of Maverick right here. It was really funny. So you can just take pictures of it. And of course, I think you already got from my Twitter right here. I got a picture of it right there. So yeah, and it was really fun. It was really fun going to. It was really fun. It's always fun to go to that air show. I mean, I've gone there several years, and of course, there's a picture as I was arriving. Because again, if you already know from my Instagram or my Twitter, I am a Nashville native, but I know my hometown has changed so much over the years. It just feels like it's just different coming back because now the city's just grown up, so it's just like changed so much over the years. And of course, this is me saluting right by the F-18. And this is the inside of one of the jets they used the airborne troopers jump out of, and they also use it for cargo transport. So if you see static line paratrooper demonstrations or training exercises, this is the kind of thing they do, and they would have like little lines up there for static line jumps. So it's always interesting to see. But it's nice to see it, like actually see one of those types of things in person. I mean, the SOCOM paratroopers were interesting, and I also got a little like wristband to go with it. I got a little wristband from them, so I know I don't really want to entirely share my screen, share my face, because I know one day I kind of got a little scorched. I got a little scorched out there, so my face kind of looks like crap right now. But I'll turn on my camera and I'll show you. There you go. Yeah, this is what I got. Yeah, the SOCOM troopers gave these out, and they always do that kind of stuff. So there you go with that. But it's always just fun to go to those kind of things, and just have a good time and just celebrate your love of aviation. There's another selfie I took right there. And I also had a pair of shades with me. There's my grandfather right there with me. And here's another close-up shot of Fat Albert, as he's affectionately called. It's a C-117 Hercules. It's all part of the show. And that's what the SOCOM jumpers jumped out of for the opening ceremony. And of course, the angels themselves flying their beautiful FA-18 Super Hornets. Right here on the ground, those are two F-35s, the 5th generation of warfare. So there you go with that. And there's the outside exterior of the plane itself. It's just like that, but it's a jumbo plane for cargo. I think they have some adapted for being tankers. Well, I know a tanker would be a Boeing. This is that if there's ever a wartime going thing, this is what, or they're conducting a major offensive like you saw with Iraq in 2003. This is the kind of planes they'd be jumping out of. So you really got a lot of amazing things you could see at these air shows. The ones in Florida, I know there's also one in. There's also another one I went to. If I can find that one a long time ago. That was it's from way back. So give me a minute to find that. Oh, wait, sorry. Whoops. I forgot I wasn't sharing this, but let me go back. Yeah, and there's one of the SOCOM jumpers right there. You can even get like autographs for them. So yeah, there's the exterior of that plane I took that selfie in. And just let me back out. Let me just do solo layout real quick and see if I can find the one I was at. It was years ago. Just trying to dig through most of this stuff here. Okay, yeah, this is from these are photos from 2018. This was with, and this one, let me share it. Yeah, this one was from August of 2018. And this was the Thunderbirds. They are with the Air Force, and the Blue Angels are the Navy. And this is obviously on the shore. This is on the shores of Lake Michigan. That was an air show I went to. You can see that was literally like 4 years ago. And there I am, looking a little bigger than I would look now. I'm there with my grandfather, and there's my dad right behind us. And also, you saw a photo of my dad if you saw my Instagram, and that person right you see there is my uncle. So yeah, like I said, it was a really fun time going out there. But now I got to get into the nitty gritty and get on with what I really need to say here. Look, the thing is, other people watching and may know me and know me a little better than most. I think it's kind of been known that I've kind of gone through some stuff in the past, and at times I feel like I'm just still kind of like, really sort of like kind of hurting inside. And also I've got other things I'm trying to do. Like even when I was at the air show, when I got back, I was already considering doing things. Like just well, really this trying to do YouTube, it really has a lot of focus, but the big issue here is that I don't really have a lot of resources at my disposal and not a lot of skills to do certain things to really make this a full-time thing. And another big thing is just that, like, again, if you want to see that, I also saw that Astro also did a video about the same thing because, again, YouTube is a huge commitment and it needs a lot of focus, which, again, the last big thing and only the big significantly major thing I've done for the whole year has been just my Mass Effect trilogy playthrough. And I'm glad that I was able to get that done and do it. And I hope that everyone enjoyed it. And I hope that if anyone out there is watching this will share that and all the live playthroughs I've done on my channel. But like I said though, YouTube is a very, very big thing. I know some people can do it, and some people it's like effortless. I mean, but also you got to have a lot of charisma. Something I feel like I myself don't really have all that much of. And I know it's just, but I don't need to be putting on a persona. Need to really entirely be putting on a persona. I mean, other than let me see if I can find it. Other than the persona of Dr. Vanderberg here, with the voice and everything. And another thing that was honest about Dr. Vanderberg, and I know that the other somebody who I'm no long, some people I'm not on speaking terms with, definitely. This was that character was kind of came about from. This is essentially a caricature I made of that person and just making a joke about it. I mean, and again, this person was British. I'm not going to say their name for privacy reasons, and that's just how it is. But that's where Dr. Vanderberg kind of came about here. And even then, when I was doing my Jedi Fallen Order playthrough, that's where I just sort of did that joke voice. And it kind of just blew up into something more comedic in my eyes that I could easily do on a regular basis. And I mean, it was fun doing like all those live streams, like with Friday Night Biohazard during Halloween, and of course, doing Talking Xenobites, which was Talking Pinheads, and again, which another thing I've had to put on hold as well. And I mean, the first attempt at doing a regular like pop culture talking live stream was, of course, the Dummies of Gaming, which I did with Bears64. Follow him, great guy, does a lot of great content on his channel when it comes to Nintendo and doing live streams. And I know, and he's really, I gotta say, he's really blowing up. He's doing great. But for me, I know for me, when it came to growing my channel, it's been a very slow and arduous process. And I mean, I never really started uploading videos until about like damn close to 8 years, like close to like 8 years ago, 2015. That's when I start. That was the spot of my very very first video was back then. And I know but I also have been active on YouTube since 2012, and that's where that 10-year anniversary stream that was good. And again, Killzones, since you're watching, it was great to have you on for that as well. And it was always fun. And hell, it's always fun just being able to hang with you and talk, play. And yeah. But other than YouTube, I know the thing is, I've also shown off what I've done on my channel as well, because I know, as you all know, I'm a writer, and I did those writing streams to show you I was not somebody just pulling a bunch of crap out of his ass. That I'm just saying, oh, I'm a writer. Trust me, I'm a writer. No, I actually showed you that I was actually actively trying to write things. You've seen a couple of the things I'm working on. And really, that's what I really have been trying to focus on off camera, also. But again, that's also a big thing that still is kind of getting in the way and and I've kind of also been neglecting that. But the biggest thing, other than I said about editing and trying to commit to YouTube full time, is money. I don't have enough to really make everything. I mean, sure, I've made strides here and there with the webcam I use, and of course, the microphone I've got as well. And it's really, really something that I know I can do, and I know StreamYard has helped out a lot. I mean, I've had my pitfalls, and I've had my like trying to jerry rig everything together. And this platform has been a big help, but I know I can't really get premium version of StreamYard because, like I said, money's a big issue, and I got other priorities when it comes to my finances. And one of the things I've been trying to think about ever since even before, and when I was gonna probably try to convince you when I get back, is try to find some part-time work and just earn a little extra money. But the two jobs I have lined up would involve me having to be committed to working on the weekends, most likely. And I know usually a lot of people are usually not even watching YouTube during the day, or usually not watching YouTube. But the jobs I'm also doing I'd have to be working night times on those days. And that's mostly it. Either that or I probably would be working 7 days a week, most likely, if that's the case. But I really don't know. But I mean, I've shown, but I mean, I've had my struggle. But like I said, this kind of correlates back to the struggles and pitfalls I've had in real life, and it's something that's it's nothing's ever been easy for me with a lot of things. And but there's one thing I can always say about the greatest word that defines who I am as a person is perseverance. That's my greatest thing. Even though I've been honestly at times I feel like I've been through complete absolute hell. I've come out relatively unscathed. But there are times I can't really say that about my mental state, and sometimes physically sometimes, but I digress. Even more recently, as I got back, just I've been feeling the weight of my feelings, my emotions going out of whack. I've been feeling it all. I'm not going to get into specifics about it, but it really just shows that I'm just not. I know this is something that I can't really try to focus on. I know YouTube. I can't really keep I can't. I know I try to keep all this away from YouTube, and I know all of my problems are my personal problems. I'm not really going to go really into specifics about what it is what it is, what about what's going on with me personally. But all I know is that I need to do better. I need to reflect better on some things in real life that I've said, some things that I've done, and I just need to find a better way to get myself on a path forward, even though I've already made a lot of progress doing other stuff when it came to like a lot of lifestyle changes and whatnot. But still, some of the things I deal with are still pretty darn deep and still cut pretty deep inside of me. Mostly it's mentally. And I know everyone will tell me, "Oh, you're not alone in this." And I know everyone's experiences are different, but I know everyone doesn't need to like air out their dirty laundry on the internet. Some people gladly always will willingly and just openly do that, but I'm just not like that. I like to keep a lot of a lot of things in my personal life more hush hush because it's not really anyone's business. And I know there always are those people that will try to make everything their business. Because I mean, if I did blow up and I actually got like, big on YouTube, I know people who really don't like me. I know you're always going to bring people who are going to be your detractors. They're going to have people that are going to be haters on you. People who will make channels dedicated to just crapping all over you. And I'm pretty sure all the bigger creators out there, even some of the ones that I followed and kind of gave me a little bit more inspiration to try to really up the YouTube game, they face that kind of stuff all the time. And I mean, look, I could easily just ignore that kind of stuff just because, again, it's just the people who do that kind of stuff are just crying out into the ether. But it's the same thing when I try to put out content. It's just like it's not really reaching anybody, and of course YouTube's algorithms don't really make a lot of sense. And I know there are alternative platforms like Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, and Minds, and of course I also had a Getter, which I hardly use. But it's really, really difficult to just try to do YouTube and focus on something that I believe I'm destined to do. And that was being a writer and hopefully getting my stories out there for the world to see, people to talk about, discuss, enjoy. And even then, I would I would love to see myself on a panel, like an actual physical panel in front of a crowd of people and people asking me questions about my books. That's really where I see myself in the future. And I really want to be there doing that. But it's nothing's ever easy for me, and nothing's ever really been easy. And at times I've had my doubts. I've thought of things, I've had doubts and had like a lot of assumptions sewn into my mind because I think my own psyche, my id is trying to fight against my better nature. It's a struggle. I mean, whatever you want to call it, your id, your inner demons, your duality, it's often caused me to go out of whack a lot sometimes. And I mean, I've tried to use it and channel it into something more constructive at times, but sometimes everything just breaks loose and you do things that just are not you. It goes against your better nature. And I'm going to be honest with you, I often really thought that's what I really am. This monster, this demon, whatever you want to call it. Now I know you guys are thinking, "Oh, stop giving us your little sob story." No, this is just something that I just need to get off my chest, and I need to just take a break from YouTube, just like how Astro is saying that he needs to step away from this for a while. And I just need to focus on doing the things that I want to do, and just try to do things better and just hopefully change things for the better. And maybe I might be able to get back into this and do it better than I ever did. But right now it's just kind of infeasible, and I'm not really in the right headspace to do it. I've been trying to do it. At times I've been feeling like I try to do it out of obligation, like I did with my Mass Effect playthrough. I mean, I promised it, and I would feel anyone who is subscribed to me, it would be a massive disservice to everyone if I teased that and never upholded my end of the bargain with it and showed everybody how much I love the Mass Effect series. But I still would like to just, be on like panels, discuss things with other people, But just when it comes to doing my own content, it's just I'm not really in a good space to do it right now. And also, there are other external factors, things I've had to consider doing, other things I need to focus more on. And that's just it. And I need to just seek out ways to make myself better. Some things I'm doing that have helped a little bit. Other things I actually truly need to really get inward and just try to get to the root of the person that I'm trying not to be. Something that just bursts forth and is just wrong about me. Because look, as much as I am trying to be the man I want to be and struggling at something to try to prove to other people that I'm something. I feel like that's mostly what I've also been trying to do. I've been trying to prove. I'm trying. I've been trying to do hard. Trying to do something. Trying way too hard to try to show people I've got something to prove to them. And that's another issue deep down inside myself. And I need to get to the root cause of that, and hopefully find a way to just air it all out personally and just do it somewhere away from this and away from the prying eyes of the world and the internet. And I come back a better person. And also the other thing I just don't want is just, somebody finding out deep about things I'm dealing with and just using it against me, because I know because that's somewhere I've also been from experience. I've also been there where I've aired out my feelings to people, and some people and someone has used those feelings against me. But the root of where I am is of what's caused me to go against who I am as a person. It's stuck there, and I've tried to keep it at bay, but it's still not. It was almost impossible to try to stop it, and it's also about not really relying on other people when I need it the most. And the thing is, I just need people to just listen. That's really all I just want, is just someone to listen and not judge. And I know you could easily say that, yeah, there are going to be people that are going to be judgmental about something always, and I'm not gonna deny that I've not been judgmental. I'm not gonna deny that I'm a judgmental person too. I have my opinions. Sometimes they're very strong opinions, and sometimes they're opinions that go against what may be the status quo. But this is how this confusion of the world really kind of also, that's the sort of thing that also kind of I've been observing it, and I'm just kind of, and it seems like being isolated also tends to build everything up until eventually just bursts out. But like I said, I need to really get to the root and fix this for myself. So to everyone who has subscribed to me, watched my content, shared it, and hopefully liked it from time to time, thank you all so much for being with me and sticking with me all this time. Some have come and gone, but to everyone who has really stuck by me from time to time, you've been great. And thank you. And I'll probably say this for the last time in a long while. Always try to be as kind as you can be to other people. And when I say my line, may God, the force, and the power protect you always, what I mean by the power, I'm referring to the Power Rangers. They are people. The greatest thing, the greatest virtue about them is what you could say about any superhero is that they're virtuous and selfless. And at times, I've felt more selfish than I have been selfless. But you also got to make sure that you just don't have someone just come in and just tear you down and walk all over you. You can't ever let anybody do that. And I know I've not tried to do that, but when I have tried to do that, it just, well, went for it's gone to where I've said where the id part of myself sometimes just takes over at times. And all I really want is just to try to just talk what I'm thinking and trying to get in the core root of my mind of what's been going on with me and how I could just finally put it all to bed and put it all behind me and move forward in my life without it weighing me down. As much as I tried to throw off those shackles, it's still trying to trying to wrap itself around me and pull me back down. It's like when you're trying to when you've been trying to climb your way out of a hole and try to move forward, it's still weighing you down and you're still having arrows shot in your back. It's like there's also a time where you just want to still keep going and you are on the ground and you're crawling to try to get away from everything, but sometimes you just can't sometimes. And even then, it's just how your emotions can just destroy you at times. And that's where I can truly say that I've been there. And I've actually really just thought about there have been times where I've just said to myself, just please stop all of this. Please just just let me move on from all of this. And even then I sort of like, funneled a little bit of bits and pieces of that of the id of myself and even those things because again, art often imitates real life and again, you kind of like carry some of your experiences into the things you do. Like for me, if you're a creative person like I am, if it's writing or painting or drawing, I know I don't draw, I just write. It's only you really just bring bits and pieces of yourself and you put those in your characters and just like that. But once again, I'm going to leave it at that. And I say to everyone who subscribed to me, keep being good people and always at least do me a favor. Always try to do not don't always try to do right by yourself, but always try to do right by others as well and try to lead as an example of what good you can do for yourself. But you also got to make sure you do it you're also doing it for yourself. And thank you for sticking with me and throughout the journey when it came to me making videos on YouTube. May God, the force, and the power protect you always. Thank you.